Hi. So today I'll be talking about the Invesco QQQ, previously known as Power Shares QQQ. Right. So, well, QQQ is actually one of the Nasdaq 100 index, and it is composed of the 100, um, you know, largest international and domestic companies, excluding financial companies that are listed on the Nasdaq, stock exchange based on market capitalization, right? So the invest called QQQ ETF, as opposed to the actual Nasdaq 100 index, is a marketable security that trades on an exchange, offering traders a way to invest in the largest 100 non-financial companies listed on the Nasdaq, stock market, right? So, and this QQQ ETF tracks, many different sectors, including information technology, consumer, discretionary, healthcare, consumer staples, industrial, and telecommunication services sectors. And as of August 2020, August 12th, actually. The sector breakdown of Invesco QQQ was actually technology ranking at 63.56%, the highest actually. The consumer cyclicals 21, healthcare 7.24, consumer non-cyclicals 3.53, industrials 2.1, telecommunication services 1.26%, and utilities actually 0.67%. And here are the top, holdings for Invesco. Right, you can get to see that the Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet, GOOG, Alphabet A shares, and Alphabet GOOG Class C shares, right? And they both have close, similar percentage. One is 3.58, the Class A, and the 3.49, the Class C, and the N, NVIDIA, and 2.44 Tesla, PayPal, and Netflix. So it's actually very, very good form of investment. And the bottom line is this, right? The Invesco QQQ checks many of the boxes long-term investors look for in the broad market, right? You look out for because the ETF offers liquid, uh, cost-efficient exposure to a tech-heavy market of large cap innovative companies, which broadly enables investors to get a key into this and make some more money over the years. So just a quick review about what this QQQ is about, right? So you can get to see that this QQQ is actually one of the best established and typically one of the most actively traded ETFs in the world. So once you already know this, you should know that a lot of money will be invested into this, instrument, right? And let's just take a look at the chart, what it looks like. And here is the max drawdown, right? You can get to see that this is quite impressive. You can see that it's really quite stable at first. Aside the fact that it's stable, you can get to see that it's progressive, right? It's a progressive curve right here. You can get to see that it keeps going up, and due to the the situation in the world, there's been a drawdown and so on. And you can see that for QQQ, for 1 month, there's been a negative, 6.15%. For 3 months, 6.31%. And for 1 year, you can see 39.70%. For 3 years, 23.31%. For 5 years, 21.55%. And for 10 years, 19.66%. Right. So this is actually a very, very good thing you can key into, and you can get to see that it is a good deal. Now, let's talk a little about the expense ratio, right? The expense ratio is actually 0.20%, and the assets under management, which is actually one of the things investors actually look out for, because they get to know how much is being, pumped into this, ETF, and they get to see if it's actually something they can actually invest in as well. So you can get to see that it has about $125.29 billion invested. So these are the assets under management. It's worth approximately 125.29 billion, and the average daily volume. Right, what people get to trade averagely every day is actually 11.70, billion dollars. So a lot of people actually trading this particular ETF, right? So, and the average speed of 0.1%, 0.01% actually. And you can get to see that the weighted average market cap actually is actually $760. Right. So this is quite impressive. It's actually a very, very big one you should look out for. and the price per earnings ratio is actually 37.69. So these are the things you should really look out for, check out before investing in some things. And you can see that the number of holdings are actually 104. So, and they just actually recently they just paid dividends, right? You can get to see that the next ex dividend date was actually 21st of September 2020, right? And you can get to see that here is you can see that it's an index section methodology, Nasdaq listed, so you can get it traded in most of these on the Nasdaq market, right? So now here are the top 10 countries they can get for the TQQ, right? You can see, of course, the United States has the largest, actually 98.48%. Hong Kong has 0.85%, and China 0.43%. Netherlands has 0.25%, and Canada approximately nothing, but still par. So, and the top 10 sectors, like I said before, they are here. You can see them. And this is the top 10 holdings, like I said before. So now let's talk about the portfolio management, right? The expense ratio, like I already said this before. You can get it scroll down a little. Let me show you the daily speed. You can get to see how it is based on the chart. So a lot of people actually trading. You can see that the way it goes is actually quite fluent. And you can see that as of this date of March, people really went up. And you get to see how it is. So I would advise, if you're going to trade on a long-term basis, or be it short-term, doesn't matter, you can get to key into this QQQ and get to look for the countries, I mean, the stocks listed under it, and you can get to invest because it's actually a good deal. So now let's talk about a chart for just 1 year. If you're going to trade on this TQQ for just 1 year, you can see how it is. For 1 year, it's not bad, due to the whole situation and what happened. You can see that there's a drawdown here, and still picked up, right? So it's a good one you should look out for, and I'm sure you will not actually, regret it. And you can get to see that the average spread is actually Invesco has 0.02, and the first trust has a 0.05. Right. So this is really something you should take your time and go through before picking an ETF. And the closing price was actually 271.56 dollars, and the opening price actually, um, 1 second. Okay. But well, not here. But anyway, QQQ is actually really good. You should take your time to pick some of the companies. You can really go for, Apple, be it Microsoft company, corporation, Amazon, Facebook, anyone you like to go for. Just try to, go for it, and I'm sure it will be worth investing in, because it's actually something that you should key into. So I hope this little information will be helpful, because a lot of people are actually looking out for what they can uh, invest in, and I would say QQQ is actually one of those list of ETFs you should actually get to invest in. And you can see that they said the ETF is much more concentrated in its top holdings, and is more volatile than our vanilla large cap benchmark, right? So we can get to see that it's really huge, and that's it. So should you have any questions about this, you can just feel free to drop your comments below, and we'll be here to answer any day, anytime. But don't forget um, to invest today.